And a huge day for President Obama, one that could define his legacy. Just hours ago, the U.S. Supreme Court hearing arguments in a case that could back up or undo President Obama's executive action on immigration. In November of 2014, President Obama issued an executive order shielding the deportation of about 4 million undocumented immigrants and making them eligible to work in the United States. Texas and other states immediately took President Obama to court, and a federal trial court judge and the appeals court said President Obama went too far. And tonight, it's the Supreme Court's turn. They will now decide if the president thinks he has more power than he thinks he has. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, who filed the suit, and Texas Solicitor General Scott Keller, who argued the case, both go on the record. Good evening, gentlemen, to both of you. First, the Attorney General, you were the first to go to court.
That's right.
Why did you do that?
Well, we were very clear. We believe that the Constitution was violated by the president, and that he did not have the statutory or constitutional authority to do what he did, which was create 4 million people here that were unlawful lawfully. All
right, Scott, you argued the case today. Looked like you had some support. Justice Kennedy says it's as if the president is defining the policy and the Congress is executing it. That's just upside down. I mean, it should be Congress doing that.
That's right, and that's what this lawsuit has always been about. It's been about the fact that Congress gets to set immigration policy. But when we're talking about Medicare, Social Security, the Earned Income Tax Credit, gun possession, all sorts of benefits that flow from being here lawfully, it's Congress's determination who can be in this country lawfully, not the president's.
All right, so we understand as the viewers a decision by the end of June, at the end of the term, right?
Hopefully,
you expect hopefully. And what happened is you went to court, you got an injunction from the judge.
Correct.
And you went up to and the other side appealed it. The Obama administration appealed it. They lost, upholding the injunction below. And so now they're in the Supreme Court, and we only have 8 justices. So if the Supreme Court ties, you win.
That's correct.
And if the Supreme Court does 5-3, you win.
That's correct.
Anything that was said today that worries you a bit? Because one of the things I wondered about is how you even got into court, something we call standing. Like, what's your harm that got you in the door in the first place?
Well, so driver's licenses. This forces us to spend millions and millions of dollars on driver's licenses. And I actually appreciate what Chief Justice Roberts said today. He said, if you're losing money, you have a legitimate claim for standing. And he said that today in court in response to the Obama administration.
What was the toughest question you got?
I think any time you have a case of this magnitude, the tough questions are going to be, where does this argument lead? And so if you're going to raise arguments about the scope of presidential powers and coming into court, I think some of the toughest questions were on standing. But the fact of the matter is, when we have both financial harms and sovereign interests, because when 26 states can't determine for themselves who's lawfully present within their borders, that's precisely why we are allowed to come to court.
Well, if you get thrown out because you, quote, don't have standing, I think that, and because there are only 8 justices, I think that would be unfortunate, because this is an important issue, no matter which way you fall down it.
Absolutely.
What?
We have 26 states that care about this issue.
26 states, but not only that, is it really does, I mean, this is sort of, there's been a lot of controversy about President Obama and how much power he has, and this is the Supreme Court sort of weighing in on that and defining that.
We also had Congress arguing with us, so the House of Representatives came in and we gave them some of our time, so it's significant to the House of
Representatives. Well, you'd expect they would do that.
Absolutely.
I mean, what do you expect? Because they think the president's stepping all over them.
Absolutely. And we believe they're right.
And if this is a tie, you win. If you lose, what does it mean?
Well, with the arguments we pressed today, I don't think we're going to be in that position. But, you know, in the event that the court issues an opinion, when it does, we'll review it at the time. But I think at the end of the day, I think the American people realize that a decision that's as large as immigration, that's going to be a sweeping policy about millions of people here in the country and whether they're going to be here lawfully or unlawfully and what benefits they get, I think they want their people's representatives in Congress to make that determination.
All right, let's have a little trivia. You're the Attorney General. The current governor of Texas used to be the Attorney General. Is that correct?
That's absolutely right.
All right, and you were the Solicitor General of the state of Texas. And before Senator Ted Cruz used to be the Solicitor General.
That's right.
That means there's hope for us.
But that means there's hope for you. Otherwise, you've stolen their jobs, one or the other.
No, they're doing great in what they do. We're pleased that we have this great opportunity.
Well, we'll be watching to see, because this decision, which will come down before the end of June, is going to be significant, because even beyond the immigration thing, I think we could see language that defines the presidential power, something we've all been fighting about in this country. Anyway, gentlemen, thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.